Okay, it is still it's nearly midday. I decided to share my crystals with you. This is a new crystal. It's a dark purple amethyst. I will get the light. So it's quite nice, and there's no damage to the point, so it's very nice. And that I use a lot. I use all my crystals. But this one I have nightmares and horror ones really bad, and I use this to get rid of the nightmares and hold it at night even while I sleep I hold it. This one I bought from Amy's Crystals in Australia on eBay, and this is black tourmaline. It's a big chunk, and I use that a lot. This one I use a lot. I call it a fairy wing. It's it's titanium crystal something. This is titanium purple angel aura crystal. See the silver, the titanium, and there's the purple there. It's quite nice. I use that for my aura, for my rainbow. This one I used, and it started to stench. That's how I knew it was pulling out all the gunk in my body. And I had to wash it several times. And I used it several times. After the smell left, I used it again, and the smell would come back. So I realised, it's absorbing all the yucky stuff in my body and then dissolving it into the atmosphere, or I'm washing it off. And I noticed you don't need to wash it off, or I don't need to wash it off. Once I use it and I smell it, the smell, if it's really bad, I just put it down and it'll dispel it itself. It's an amazing crystal. It works for me. It absorbs. It doesn't do what they say it does on the internet. It absorbs all the yucky stuff from me and expels it itself. It's like all those it's like this. It's like this absorbing negative energy and dispelling it. Only this absorbs all the yucky, I don't know, disease like arthritis. I think it was absorbing that, the cause of it. Eating well, using organic vegetables, and using that crystal, and using my own energy to heal has been working for me to get rid of arthritis. I normally have flare-ups before the needles are due because it runs out, and the needles are due every Tuesday, one every Tuesday. And a few days before it flares up, my arthritis flares up, and lately, past month or two, and I noticed doing this, using the crystal and eating organic food and using my own chi to heal, there are no flare-ups, and the clouds, it was spitting, raining, and it was black, and normally I would have arthritis with a storm or rain rain clouds around, just even building up rain clouds, I would get rheumatoid arthritis from the build-up of clouds. But now I don't. So I use this technique every day, and I'm eating organic, so there's no toxins going into my body that could cause rheumatoid arthritis. I've been eating well and using that. There's also another thing I want to show you is, this is not urine, it's a potion I made from the book that I kept opening the page. When I opened the book, it kept opening to that page called Healing Anxiety. And this is the book. It's got an old ancient lock on it. It's a heavy book. It's a big book. And there's the feather in it to hold it in that page. I thought I'd keep it on that page, and I would do the spell that I kept opening to that page too. And it took me a few weeks to get all the ingredients and get it sent to me and all that sort of stuff. I had to buy black onyx, so I bought that. That's under here somewhere. I bought it as a bracelet, and it was cheaper to buy it as a bracelet, and I could use it for other things as well. You know, take it off and use it as other things, healing. And I had to use that in other crystals to infuse the potion. And herbs, that's why it's a yellowy colour, because of the herbs. It turned it into like a tea. You can drink it, but I wouldn't, because my herbs are a bit old and I've touched them and put them back in their container, so I don't use those ones. I use them for, so I made it into a potion instead of a tea. And my bottle was leaking a little bit and it got on my hands, so I rubbed it all over me and dabbed it on me, and I feel good. So I figured, okay, I made the potion that I kept turning to that page, and I do feel good. Also, I bought some ashwagandha. That's also good for the mind as well as the body, and it's got ginger and other roots in it. So I thought that would be excellent for me. It's got all these herbs and roots and things in it, as well as 300 milligrams of ashwagandha. So I'll get a big heap of ashwagandha and all these other roots. And I bought this from the Cauldron of Wellbeing. It is money drawing powder, and it's been giving me good luck with buying stuff. You know, I'd find them cheaper, when before it was hard to get anything cheaper online, and now I just put a little bit of powder on my clothes and dust it off, and now a lot of cheaper things have been popping up, so I figure maybe it's working. Who cares? If it works, why not? So that's what I've been doing, is finally getting to that potion, that book. I kept opening the page to that, and I didn't have a feather in it. I do now. And she sells these country pine cones on Etsy. And this is not a book of shadows, it's a book of spells. It's got ancient spells, it's got Christian spells, old wives' tales, and all things that are not your average kind. and I kept turning to that page, healing anxiety. So I thought, okay, it took me, it's been a month, maybe longer since I've, it's been a while anyway since I've got all the ingredients and got them together, and I put them in a bowl on the desk and got more ingredients. I already had some, but I had to wait for them to get delivered, some of the ingredients, and I really wanted to try it because I kept turning to that page. And well, I don't know if it's working or not, but your mind, you have to believe to make something work as well. You've got to use your own energy and believe in it. So, and your words of power, which do exist, words of power. I've got a book explaining words of power. Just got to find it. Oh, here it is. Ancient words and spells. There's spells in there like stand on one leg and eat an egg or something like that. Some weird spells that are ancient, where doctors back in the ancient times prescribed those sort of strange things, like writing things on paper and then putting them in a drink and then drinking the drink. All these strange things, but it also explains words that possess power. So using words as well as when you're making a potion for whatever reason, it could be to get rich or it could be to heal or something. Mine was to heal anxiety. I must have something there for it to want me keep turning to that page, wanting me to do that spell. So anyway, I've done it. And see how I go and how I feel. I feel really good as it is now. I've just got to have a bit dry in the mouth. Coconut water. It'll last all day, and it's pure. It's 100%. It's got nothing else in it. It's just pure coconut water, and I buy a box of 4, and it's $10. When if you buy them separately, you could 3 of them would be over $10. So I buy the cheap box, and it still works for me. So anyway, this powder, it gives me good luck. It's really good. Really good luck. When you don't use it every day, you just use it when you want to, when you need to use it. When you want to find something cheaper online, or you want to come into some money, a little bit of money. Doesn't have to be a great deal. It can be a little bit of money, or you can dust it on your wallet, or you can dust it on your gold lotto tickets. I just put it on my clothes and dust it off, so it's all around me. So anyway, I've got nature sounds in the background. It's not illegal to have nature sounds. I'm wearing my crystal headpiece. It's a little bit of extra healing. And these, I think, did I mention the emeralds that came from Australia? Online, the same similar earrings and just earrings were a few $100s worth for real emeralds. I thought, oh, it's cheaper from Australia, so I bought it from Australia. I mean, some places in Australia it's very expensive, but I bought these as they are, and I like them. I cleaned them up and polished them and give them new life. So anyway, that's all for now. That's all I wanted to tell you was healing arthritis with other ways, but keeping on the medication, using other things like organic foods and crystal healing and putting your mind to it, even spells, if you can find a spell for it. There is one for arthritis in there. I've turned it to that page a couple of times in the past, but it was more of a words of power one. It wasn't herbs and gems and crystals and things. It was word of power one, and it was very Christian. It wasn't anything else. It was a Christian one, so you had to say Jesus in it and all that sort of thing. So I've said that a few times. Guess sometimes, you've got to try your luck with different things, hey? Okay, bye-bye. Love you all.